everyone, welcome back to the GT improvement class. We are getting ready to start part 10 where we're going to talk about improper fractions and mixed numbers. But first, a little review from before. Go ahead and pause your video, and we've got some multiplying and dividing of fractions going on. So go ahead and do these 6 problems, and then we'll go over the answers in just a minute. Alrighty, so here are your answers. For number 1, you should have gotten 1/12. For number 2, you should have gotten 4/27. For number 3, you should have gotten 7/12. For number 4, you should have gotten 3/4. Remember, we're dividing fractions, so the rule is keep, change, flip. Number 5, you should have gotten 1/2. And for number 6, you should have gotten 5/24. All right, so hopefully you did well on that. Let's move over and talk about improper fractions and mixed numbers. So improper fractions and mixed numbers. We've seen some before in the problems that we did before. Let's talk about what an improper fraction is. An improper fraction is where the top number, the numerator, is bigger than the bottom number, the denominator. And basically what this means is you have more than one. I mean, we're used to dealing with fractions like this, where we don't have quite a whole amount. But with these, we have more than a whole. So if you were to represent this in picture form, let's draw my good old candy bar here. Here is one candy bar that has been divided into 3 pieces. So this represents 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, which is a whole. If you have another candy bar, also divided into thirds, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, then altogether I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 thirds. I have 6 pieces, and each whole has 3 pieces in it. So 7/3 would simply be one more chocolate bar with one more piece eaten out of it. So that would be 7/3. Okay, so with 3/3 you've eaten a whole candy bar. With 6/3 you've eaten 2 candy bars, and with this last one you just ate a third, giving you a total of 7/3. Now, an improper fraction can also be written as a mixed number. Let's talk about how to change it into a mixed number. A mixed number looks like this. 2, which is a whole number, and 1/3. So 2 and 1/3, which is what this represents. We've eaten 1, 2, and a third candy bars. So let's talk about how you transfer this into this form. So let's talk about this line right here, that little line in your division bar, in your fraction. That line means division. So if you wanted to change this into a mixed number, all we would have to do is simply divide 7 divided by 3, which is how this reads, 7 divided by 3. So we're going to talk about one way to change them into mixed numbers, and then I'm going to show you a different way, which is the faster way that I want you to start getting in the habit of. So 7 divided by 3. If I were to set this up in long division, 7 would be in my box and 3 would be on the outside. I want you to be cognizant of where your decimal point is here, because I want you to understand your whole number part, okay? So 3 goes into 7 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6. I have 1 left over. Now, we have our whole number. If I were to continue going, any numbers past this point would simply become decimals, a decimal, right? Once you have a whole number, all you're going to do is you're going to take this 1, which is your remainder, what's left over, and that is going to become your numerator in your fraction. And then the denominator, which is right here, it stays the same. So let's recap. To go from 7/3 to a mixed number, all we did was we did 7 divided by 3. 3 goes into 7 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6. Oops, hello. 2 times 3 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1, which is your remainder. That becomes your numerator, and the denominator stays the same. Okay? Let's do another one. Let's do 10 sixths. Okay, so 10 sixths. If you were to set it up in long division, it would be 10 divided by 6. 6 goes into 10 one time. Got your whole number now. 1 times 6 is 6. 10 minus 6 is 4. Your remainder becomes your numerator, and the denominator stays the same. And if you had something like this, this could be reduced. So that would be reduced to 1 2/3. Okay? Now, this is the motions that you go through, but I want you to start being able to do it in your head and not having to actually write out the long division, because you'll save yourself some time. So let me show you the thought process about just doing it in your head. Let's do 21 sixths, okay? So what you want to think to yourself is, how many times can 6 go into 21? Well, 6 times 3 is 18, so it can go in 3 times. The difference between 18 and 21 is 3, and the denominator stays the same. And that can be reduced to 3 1/2. All right, let's do another one. Let's do 40 ninths. 9 can go into 40, let's see, 4 times, because that's 36. So 36, the difference between 36 and 40 is 4. Denominator stays the same, and that can't be reduced anymore. So let me number these for you. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do one more. How about 19 thirds? See if you can think about that one on your own. So 3 can go into 19 6 times, that's 18. The difference between 18 and 19 is 1. Denominator stays the same. Okay, let's talk about how you change mixed numbers into improper fractions. So I'm going to just take these examples that we had here. Let's do number, oops, bring that down. All right, let's do 5 over here. So 1 2/3. If you needed to change this into a improper fraction, we're going to do a strategy which we did in 5th grade. This is when they learned this. It's called round the world. So you start with your 3. What you're going to do is you're going to go 3 times your whole number, which in this case is 1. And then you're going to continue. Whatever that is, you're going to add 2. So we're going to do 3 times 1. Sorry, that's a plus. Plus 2. 3 times 1 plus 2. And whatever that is going to be your numerator, and the denominator stays the same. Sorry, 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. Denominator stays the same. Now you may be saying, well, how come this number isn't the same as, sorry, 5/3, this number isn't the same as this number? Well, that's because this number could be reduced. And if you divided the top and bottom by 2, you would get 5/3. Let's do another one. So we have, let's start with this number right here, 3 3/6. 3 3/6. So my first step is I'm going to do 6 times 3. And then I'm going to do plus this other 3 here. So 3 times 6 plus 3 over 6, because the denominator stays the same. 3 times 6 is 18, plus 3 is 21. Denominator stays the same. Okay, these match up. All right, let's do 4 and 4/9. So 4 and 4/9. See if you can set this one up on your own. And if you need to draw the lines, go for it if it helps you remember. All right, so 9 times 4 is 36. 36 plus 4 is 40. So you get 40 over 9, right? And do one more for you to do on your own. All right, so for number 8, you should have gotten 6 1/3. 3 times 6 is 18, plus 1 is 19. Denominator stays the same. Okay? All right, so that was a real quick video. Next video, we're going to talk about adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing mixed numbers. Okay? So I hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.